Who are you? Show yourself! You will become much stronger. My power is yours now. You will defeat all gods! What are you doing? Daishikan! Daishikan-san! No!
I was waiting for you, Son Gohan.
This bastard is very strong! Come on, kid! Unleash your fury! Get ready for your end, Whis. Take this! Damn you, Beerus!
It looks like you will finally come after Zeno-sama. Are you ready? I was born ready to fight! I will stop you now! Gohan! Have no choice. It's no use, father. I will end everything and reign over everything. I'm going to stop you!
Hey, I am Gokui, and the show starts now. This is Absolute Cinema!
As Gohan sat in his cell, chains binding him to the cold stone floor, he pondered his next move. The weight of his predicament pressed heavily upon him. The threat of the migrant horse experiments loomed large, and the sinister voice of Akumo persisted in his mind.
I can't let them use me. But how do I break free? It's It's useless.
The memories of his father's training flooded his thoughts. Goku's unwavering determination and resilience in the face of impossible odds inspired Gohan. If his father could push beyond his limits, so could he. In the depths of his despair, Gohan felt a glimmer of hope ignite within him, a resolve to resist Akumo's influence and thwart the Migra's plans. But first, he needed a plan. Gohan closed his eyes, focusing on controlling his energy, preparing for the moment when he could make his escape and confront his captors. Little did the Migra and Towa know, Gohan's spirit was far from broken. With newfound determination, Gohan steeled himself for the challenges ahead, determined to reclaim his freedom and put an end to their sinister schemes. Gohan's mind raced as he struggled against its restraints, feeling the energy drain from his body. Towa's presence was menacing, her dark aura swirling around her as she symphoned her power. In the dim confines of his cell, Gohan clenched his fists, his determination rising. He couldn't let himself become a pawn in the Migra's schemes. As Towa continued her energy-draining technique, Gohan focused inward, searching for any ounce of strength he could muster.
I must break free!
His eyes narrowing with resolve. Memories of his training with Goku and the battles he fought alongside his friends flooded his mind. He couldn't let them down now. With a surge of willpower, Gohan pushed back against the draining force, his own energy flaring in defiance. Towa's expression shifted from confidence to surprise as Gohan's power surged, disrupting her control. The chains binding Gohan rattled, weakened by the sudden surge of energy. Gohan seized the opportunity, challenging his remaining strength into breaking free. With a resounding snap, the restraint shattered, freeing Gohan from his captivity.
How? How did you break free? You underestimated me. I won't be part of your experiments!
Before Towa could react, Gohan darted forward, unleashing a powerful strike that sent her reeling. He knew he had to find a way out of this place to stop the Migra and Towa from their nefarious plans. As alarms echoed through the halls of the Makai Palace, Gohan sprinted into the corridors, his mind set on escape. He couldn't afford to be caught again. Gohan stood at the entrance of a dark, twisting labyrinth within the Makai Palace, his energy depleted from the draining process. The daunting maze loomed before him, its shadows dancing ominously as he contemplated his next move. Just as desperation began to settle in, the Migra materialized with Mira at his side, blocking Gohan's path. The sinister duo regarded Gohan with smirks of triumph, confident in their advantage.
Ronnie won't stop you, Gohan! You're right where we want you.
Gohan, his body weakened but his spirit undeterred, clenched his fists.
I won't let you get away with this!
It's time to put an end to this charade, Gohan, Mira declared coldly, his gaze fixed on Gohan. Despite his fatigue, Gohan focused inward, tapping into the remnants of his power. He couldn't afford to give up, not with so much at stake. As Mira launched forward, Gohan dodged with a burst of speed, narrowly evading the attack. The labyrinth's winding passage provided fleeting cover, but Gohan knew he could not escape them forever. The Migra's laughter echoed off the stone walls, a chilling reminder of his dire predicament.
I must find a way out!
Gohan thought urgently, scanning the maze for an escape route. Just as Mira closed in, Gohan's instinct kicked in. With a burst of energy, he propelled himself upward, scaling the labyrinth walls to gain precious ground. The Migra and Mira pursued relentlessly, their dark presence hot on their heels. Gohan's determination burned bright amidst the encroaching shadows. As he navigated the labyrinth's twists and turns, a glimmer of hope flickered in his heart. As Gohan collapsed within the labyrinth, drained of his last reserves of energy, Mira closed in with a cruel smirk. You put up a good fight, Gohan. But now, it's time to finish you. Just as Mira raised his hand, poised to strike the final blow, a surge of power emanated from Gohan. The air crackled with an ominous energy, and Gohan's form began to transform. Mira stumbled back, a flicker of fear crossing his robotic features.
Now you'll see true power.
Akumo Gohan growled, his voice carrying an otherworldly and resonance. Dark energy swirled around him, imbuing his aura with a palpable menace.
So this is what you've become. Impressive.
With a surge of newfound strength, Akumo Gohan launched himself at Mira, his movements fluid and precise. Mira barely had time to react as blows rained down upon him with unrelenting force. The labyrinth echoed with the sounds of their battle, each strike punctuated by bursts of energy. Akumo Gohan's relentless assault kept Mira on the defense, pushing him to the brink. Meanwhile, the Migra observed from the distance, his expression unreadable. The stakes had suddenly shifted, and he knew that Akumo Gohan was a force to be reckoned with. As the clash intensified, Gohan's mind raced. He struggled to maintain control over his altered state, channeling its power into every strike. Deep down, he knew that succumbing completely to Akumo's influence would come at a cost. Amidst the chaos, Gohan focused on one thought: escape. If he could break free from this labyrinth and the clutches of the Migra, he might yet have a chance to regain his true self. But for now, as Akumo Gohan, he fought with all his might, determined to overcome the odds and emerge victorious against the dark forces that sought to consume him. As the essence of Akumo surged within him, Gohan's laughter echoed through the labyrinth, mingling with the dark energy enveloping him. His control slipped away like sand through his fingers, leaving behind a grim determination tinged with madness. Mira, now on the defense, tried to regain his composure, but Akumo Gohan's newfound power was overwhelming. With a single decisive strike, Gohan dispatched Mira, sending the android hurtling through the labyrinth walls.
Now, let's end this!
The labyrinth shook as Gohan unleashed torrents of dark energy, shattering the stone corridors around him. The Migra watched from afar, a glint of apprehension in his eyes. The power he sought to control had taken on a life of its own. Akumo Gohan's form flickered with dark light, his eyes blazing with an intensity that sent shivers down the Migra's spine. The Prince of Demons realized he had underestimated the depths of Gohan's potential. In a surge of unbridled fury, Akumo Gohan tore through the prison walls, his aura pulsing with malevolent energy. Shadows danced around him, twisting and warping with each step. As he emerged into the open expanse of the Makai Palace, Gohan's gaze locked onto the Migra.
You,
he snarled, the words a haunting echo of his former self. The Migra stood his ground, his confidence unwavering.
Impressive. But you won't escape the consequences of your actions.
With a flick of his wrist, the Migra summoned a cadre of Makaioshins to confront the transformed Gohan. Akumo Gohan's laughter rang out, a chilling prelude to the impending battle.
Is this all you've got? This is nothing!
The sky darkened as the two forces clashed, the very fabric of the Makai trembling beneath their might. Akumo Gohan fought with savage elegance, each movement a testament to the fusion of strength and demonic essence within Saiyan essence. Amidst the chaos, Gohan struggled to maintain a semblance of control. The essence of Akumo threatened to consume him entirely, its whispers growing louder with every blow exchanged. Yet, within the depths of his being, Gohan fought to reclaim his identity. He knew that succumbing to his Akumo would mean forsaking everything he held dear. With each strike, he sought redemption in the fury of his attacks. As the battle raged on, the fate of Gohan and the Makai hung in a balance. Would Akumo Gohan succumb to darkness, or could he find the strength to overcome the malevolent entity within him? Akumo Gohan's eyes burned with a sinister intensity as Akumo's essence gripped him tighter, eclipsing Gohan's consciousness. His demeanor changed, his expression a mask of cold determination.
Now, you will regret ever betraying me!
His voice a chilling mix of Gohan and the dark entity controlling him. Mira, caught off guard by Gohan's sudden reappearance, launched a series of attacks, only to have each of them expertly dodged. His disbelief was palpable.
How is this possible? How did he regain his strength and become so powerful?
Akumo Gohan moved like a specter, dodging each blow effortlessly. In one swift movement, he materialized before Mira, gathering a colossal amount of energy into his palms.
You underestimate me?
With a ferocious screams, he launched a devastating Super Kamehameha at the Makaishin android. The explosion ripped through the air, enveloping Mira in a cataclysmic wave of energy. The force of the attack sent shockwaves through the palace, destroying walls and pillars. As the smoke cleared, Mira was left unconscious in the wreckage, his body smoking from the impact. Akumo Gohan stood amidst the destruction, his aura pulsing with dark power. Demigra watched from afar, a mixture of admiration and concern clouding his features. He had sought to control Gohan's power, but now it seems the power had taken on a life of its own. With Mira defeated, Akumo Gohan turned his attention to Demigra.
This isn't over. You may have won this battle, but the war is far from over, Gohan!
Akumo Gohan surveyed the palace ruins, his mind a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. Akumo's essence pulsed within him, a constant reminder of the darkness that threatened to consume him. Deep down, Gohan fought to regain control, to regain his identity. But for now, Akumo Gohan was alone amongst the remains of the Makai Palace, a harbinger of uncertainty in the realm of gods and demons. High atop the Makai Palace, Demigra's eyes widened in disbelief as he witnessed the havoc wrought by Akumo Gohan. The power surging through Gohan was beyond anything he had anticipated.
This is unprecedented,
Demigra muttered to himself.
His power has reached unimaginable levels. What is this?
With a wave of his hand, Demigra summoned forth an army of resurrected villains, each one a formidable foe in their own right. The air crackled with malevolent energy as the likes of Frieza, Cell, and countless others materialized before him.
I believe these warriors will put an end to Akumo Gohan. Go!
Meanwhile, Akumo Gohan sensed the approaching adversaries, his senses heightened by the dark essence within him.
More challenges.
Without hesitation, the villains launched their assault, converging on Akumo Gohan with a coordinated barrage of attacks. Energy blast streaked through the air, shaking the very foundations of the palace. Akumo Gohan moved with a natural speed and precision, effortlessly dodging and countering each strike. His movements were a dance of destruction, each blow delivered with deadly intent. As the battle raged on, Demigra observed from his vantage point, his expression unreadable. He had underestimated the resolve of Akumo Gohan, and now the consequences were unfolding before him. Despite their combined efforts, the villains found themselves outmatched by Akumo Gohan's raw power. With a primal roar, he unleashed a torrent of energy that sent shockwaves rippling through the battlefield. The resurrected villains were thrown back, their forms dissipating into ethereal wisps as they were defeated once more. Demigra's eyes narrowed, his mind racing with newfound determination.
If mere villains cannot stop him, then I will have to take matters into my own hands!
With a wave of his scepter, Demigra descended from the palace, his presence heralding a shift in the tide of battle. Akumo Gohan turned to face the approaching Demigra, his expression unreadable. The essence of Akumo pulsed within him, a dark force driving him forward. The clash between light and shadow had only just begun, and the fate of the Makai realm hung in the balance. Demigra's anger mingled with a growing sense of fear as he watched Akumo Gohan systematically dismantle his resurrected army. The maniacal laughter echoing from Gohan sent shivers down his spine, a stark reminder of the chaos that had been unleashed. Akumo Gohan's eyes gleamed with madness as he pushed forward, leaving destruction in his wake. With each opponent defeated, the dark essence within him seemed to swell. Meanwhile, a profound change was occurring within the depths of the Makai. As Akumo Gohan's laughter echoed through the realm, A brilliant light began to emanate from the heart of the Makai tree. The ground shook beneath their feet, and a resplendent aura enveloped the area. Akumo Gohan's laughter trailed off as he realized he stood before the legendary Makai tree. Its gnarled branches stretched towards the heavens, bathed in an ethereal glow.
So this is what they were after all along.
The Migra's gaze narrowed as he approached cautiously, his mind racing with uncertainty.
What do you intend to do, Akumo Gohan? This tree, it holds the key to ultimate power. With its energy, I will surpass even the gods themselves. You fool! Do you truly believe you can harness the power of the Makai tree? Watch me.
As the Makai tree's energy surged, Akumo Gohan extended his hand, drawing forth the potent life force it contained. The air crackled with otherworldly power, and a malevolent aura enveloped him.
No! No! This cannot be happening!
The Migra's eyes widened in dread. With a surge of power, Akumo Gohan's form shifted, his silhouette bathed in a radiant yet ominous light. The dark essence within him merged with the tree's energy, transforming him into a being of unparalleled might.
Now, no force in the universe can stop me.
The balance of power had shifted irrevocably, and the fate of the Makai hung in the balance. As Akumo Gohan stood before the Makai tree, a harbinger of chaos and destruction, a new chapter in the cosmic struggle began to unfold.
This power far surpasses any mere divine artifact. I will absorb the energy of the Makai tree itself.
Meanwhile, back in the palace, the Migra watched in disbelief as chaos unfolded before him. The arrival of Fu, the heir of the Makaioshins, only added to this dismay. Fu's laughter rang through the chamber as he mocked the Migra. Your plan has backfired, the Migra. If this mortal doesn't leave our realm, everything will turn to dust. The Migra's expression hardened, his mind racing to contain the unfolding catastrophe. Fu's presence signaled a dire turn of events. In the heart of the Makai, Akumo Gohan struggled to contain the overwhelming power of the Makai tree. The dark essence within him resonated with the tree's energy, amplifying his strength beyond comprehension. As the surging power threatened to consume him, Akumo Gohan's control slipped further. He clenched his fist, gritting his teeth against the overwhelming force.
This power, it's too much!
Akumo Gohan cried out, his voice echoing through the realm. Back in the palace, the Migra's eyes narrowed as he contemplated his next move. Fu's presence added another layer of complexity to another already dire situation.
We must act swiftly.
His gaze fixed on the unfolding crisis. Outside, the very fabric of the Makai trembled under the strain of Akumo Gohan's transformation. The balance of power teetered on a knife's edge, threatening to plunge the realm into darkness. As Akumo Gohan battled the overwhelming power of the Makai tree, the Migra and Fu prepared for the inevitable confrontation that would determine the fate of their realm. To be continued. So hey, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all of this? Don't you forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, then hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
This is so much fun!